Good morning students. I Professor Rajeshwari Sharma here. Welcome back to e-learning session of GS College of Commerce, Verda. Today we are going to discuss about the regional planning, which is the third chapter under our first unit, that is Indian economy and planning. Before this chapter we have discussed the two chapters. One is economic planning, another is Niti Aayog. And today we are going to start with regional planning. Under this chapter, we are going to see the concept of regional planning, meaning of regional planning, aspect of regional planning, principles of regional planning, then the need or objectives of regional planning, and last, the challenges of regional planning. So, let's start with the chapter. See, when we are talking about the regional planning, so it consists of two words. One is regional and another is planning. So before understanding the regional planning, we need to understand these terms. What is region? Region is a particular area having same feature, which is same in terms of geography, natural resources, economic position, social factors, cultural factors, etc. That is known as region, right? And then the planning is deciding future course of action in advance, deciding what needs to be done, what needs to be done, how the objective needs to be formed for the achievement of particular objective, right? So this is planning. So the regional planning means deciding future course of action or laying down the objectives or goals in advance for the development of the particular region, by taking into consideration the various features that the region shows and the various resources which is available with the particular region. That is the regional planning. See, when we are talking about the developing economy like India and the economy like India, so we have the federal structure whereby there are different states having the different heads, having the different ruling parties, having the different mechanism for the planning, machinery for the planning. So we are living in such a federal structure. So for the development of each state, each region in such a federal structure, we need to have the concept of regional planning, and here the concept of regional planning actually comes into the picture. See, we will understand this with the help of an example. If we talk about India, so it has many states. And when we talk of the states which are industrially backward, so we have the states like Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, etc., which are considered as industrially backward state. And on the other hand, we have the states which are industrially developed, which are showing the good performance in terms of industrial development. If we talk of the Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, so these are the states which are showing the good performance in terms of the industrial development. So on one hand we have the industrial backward state, and on other hand we have the states which are showing the good industrial performance, which are showing the good growth and the development. So to bring this backward state at par with this growing and the developing state, we need to have the planning for such states as well. Therefore, the concept of regional planning comes into existence or comes into picture. I hope you have understood the concept of regional planning. So moving forward towards the meaning. See, regional planning is a spatial or the development planning which aims to utilize the natural and human resources to the fullest possible extent for improving the quality of life of the population and distributing the gains of development among the regions or sub-regions for providing the quality life to the masses. This is the meaning of regional planning. Okay, so when we talk of India, so in India there are two aspects of regional planning. One is intrastate regional planning, another is interstate regional planning. See, scope of regional planning is limited in India. Now why it is so? Because in India we have the federal structure whereby the different states are having the different political administration and the different planning machinery. So in such federal structure we have the two different aspects of regional planning. First one is intrastate and the other one is interstate. See, first we will understand intrastate. When I say the word intrastate, what does it mean? Intrastate means within the state, within the area or within the region. So when I talk about the intrastate regional planning, so it is a regional planning where the resources are allocated within the region for the achievement of a particular objective for the purpose of the development. There are many states in India like the Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, etc., which has created the sub-regions for the growth and the development. If we are going to talk about the intrastate regional planning, so the best example of this planning is done by Andhra Pradesh for Rayalaseema region, which aimed at the development of ground surface and groundwater potential for irrigation, industrial development, dairy farming and such developmental projects. So it was the best example of intrastate regional planning. And then another aspect is interstate regional planning. So when I talk about the interstate, so it means between the regions. It includes two or more regions. See, each region are same in each region. When we are talking about the different region, so they are different in terms of geographical conditions, economic condition, social condition, cultural conditions, etc. But still, they are dependent on each other for the sake of resources. All the regions can grow and develop together if they are ready to share their resources with each other. So when we are talking about the interstate regional planning, so it is associated with the sharing or allocation of the resources between the regions, so that planning can be done together and all the regions can grow and develop together. So if I talk about the interstate regional planning, so many projects have been done under this concept. Like Damodar Valley project, it was a multi-purpose project which included the flood control, electricity, road, transport, etc. So it was done under the aspect of interstate regional planning, whereby the region of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and the central was included. Then we have now we will see the principles of regional planning. Principles means the guidelines on which regional planning should be based. So first principle of regional planning is principle of comprehensive development. So when I say the word comprehensive, so it refers or it states including all. So regional planning, so this principle states that regional planning should be devised in such a manner that includes all the sectors of a region, that include all the classes of a region for the purpose of growth and development of a particular region. So principle of comprehensive development says all the sectors of economy and all the segments of the society should develop when a regional planning is implemented. The second one is principle of community development. Principle of community development is based on providing equal opportunities to all for the self-development. According to this principle, it says regional planning should be devised in such a manner where everyone gets the equal opportunities of education, employment, health, etc., so that they can develop. So the principle of community development is based on the principle of the social harmony. The next one is the principle of equilibrium between social desirability and economic viability. See, when the plans are being formulated, so it should not merely be physical in nature, it should also be financial in nature. Means such goals should be laid down which are economically viable, which are possible to implement. If I, for example, if I say for a particular region, a goal has been set that the per capita income under that particular region will be doubled in 5 years. So before setting such goals, it should be seen that Is it possible? Is it realizable? Can we really have this much resources that the per capita income of a particular region can be doubled in 5 years? So along with the social desirability, there should be economic viability in the plan which are being formulated under the concept of regional planning. The next one is the principle of ecological equilibrium. See, nowadays the concept of sustainable growth is very popular, and when we talk of sustainable growth, so what does it include? It includes economic growth, social progress along with the environmental protection. So sustainable growth includes all these things. So while devising the regional planning for the growth and development, ecological balance should also be given equal importance. Whatever the regional plans are being made or developed or being implemented, while implementing those plans, it should be kept in mind, it should be considered that ecological balance of a particular region is not being disturbed. Environment of that particular region is being protected, because the environment also plays very crucial role in the development of economy and the society as well. And when you are following the Environmental Protection Act, you are following the rules relating to the environment, so it also creates a good image of your nation at the global level. Then the fifth one is principle of vertical unity of phenomena. See, there are different phenomena like cultural phenomena, social phenomena, economic phenomena, etc. So while formulating the regional plan, all phenomena should be considered. This principle says while formulating regional plans, all these phenomena should be considered, because these phenomena are dependent on each other. If any of the phenomena is left, then the purpose of regional planning will not be fulfilled and the desired result will not be achieved. Therefore, the principle of vertical unity of phenomena should be followed while making the regional plans. And the last principle is principle of horizontal spatial unity. See, before understanding this principle, I would like to give you an example. Like, human body is a system, right? Human body works as a system, right? And under the human body, we have different subsystems. Like, we have respiratory system, we have digestive system, we have renal system, we have nervous system. If any of this system doesn't work properly, so will human body work properly? No. The working of human body will be hampered. In the same, so for the effective working of human body, the functioning of all the system needs to be ensured in proper manner. In the same way, the regional system also consists of the various sub-regions, various regions. So while making the regional plan for the particular region, it should be kept in mind that the objective for the particular region cannot be laid down in isolation. The regions are dependent on each other for the different things like the resources. So regional plans should be framed in such a manner that it is integrated with the plans of another regions and the said objectives can be achieved. So these are the principles of the regional planning. Tomorrow we'll discuss the need and objectives of the regional planning. So thank you.